Hello everybody! So this is the second video of this mini series about lighting. If you haven't seen the other one, my suggestion is go check the first video. I'm gonna put the link here and then come back. We're gonna wait for you. If you're here, this is the best time for you to subscribe, because it's a moment where I'm gonna have a lot of stuff coming on, especially in 2020. So subscribe, put a like, leave a comment, whatever, okay? For this video, I'm gonna have actually a friend helping me. Oh, yeah, come here. Hold on.
I had hair in my mouth. Merry Christmas! I swear to God.
So Carmen is here today again, this video, helping me, and so I'm sure it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Probably it's gonna be even useful, probably, I'm not sure. Let's see.
It's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, actually, it's
So I said-
Christmas
I said-
Eve
I said
and we are
4
working.
times.
Ah, you said 4 times.
I
Oh,
said,
okay,
yeah,
she
but it's
said.
Christmas Eve.
Right, so as we mentioned before, the angle of the light to compare to the face play an important role on giving a mood to the picture, and also on define the feature of the face that you wanna define on the person. So there is a million of ways to put the light literally everywhere, here, top. But I mean, for the sake of this video, we're gonna focus in on 4 plus 1, and then I'm gonna give you two definition important at the end of the video. That's important, you should stay for all the time. The first light we are gonna try is called straight light or flat. It's exactly what you see. It's basically the light right exactly in front of the face of the model. See? So basically you illuminate. Can you say illuminate? Illuminate. So you illuminate all the face. There is no wrinkle. It's a good light because helps show hide the blemish of the face, because it makes everything bright. And there is a little things to know. It's a light that can make people face looks a little bit more rounded. So if it's something that you don't want to achieve, because maybe you have a person with a big face and you want to kind of make it more slimmer, in the case, don't use this light. I'll show you.
I feel a big face.
Yes, nice. So as you can see, the face, it's very all well lit. There is just a slightly shadow under the chin, and I'm using a bigger source, so of course even the angle of the camera wasn't the best one for me, easy to get. But if you use a smaller source, you can even put closer to the camera and you can totally eliminate any kind of shadow. Now let's give a look what's the effect on a man face. So I will be the model in this moment and Carmen the photographer. Go.
Yeah.
Go. So basically I gotta get this straight. Try, no, yeah, basically the lens has to be here.
Oh,
yeah, try
wow.
to sneak in. Yeah.
Oh God.
I know. Higher if you can. Okay. But did you put on focus? As you can see, makes the face very well rounded, especially on me, and I feel like it's a light more suitable for women than for men. It's a light that I use a lot, especially for fashion, but usually for full figure, but that's the effect, you know. Now let's go with the second light. So the second light that we're gonna use is called butterfly light. It's this angle. It's almost like 45 degree straight on the subject and 45 degree on top of the camera. And it's called butterfly light because it creates this shadow a little bit under the nose that recall the butterfly wings. And I'll show you this. So as you can see, we create a shadow under the nose, plus this shadow under the chin, which in some way helps to create a separation between the head and the neck. Be careful, don't go too much high, otherwise it changes dramatically. You can add too much shadow under the nose, and under the eye. So I mean, but anyway, feel free to experiment. This light specifically, it's used a lot for beauty and in fashion, and I would say a lot of the time get used with a reflector under the model. I'll show you so you can brighten up a little bit the shadow. Kind of like this, yeah. As you can see, the shadow under the chin and under the nose are much more open up, so it adds up more beauty, and also you can see a little bit of catch eye on the reflection part on the bottom of the eye. Let's test what it looks like on a man. Now let's see with the reflector.
It's not on.
It's on.
It's on.
Okay, so as you can see, this light basically, in my opinion, it's more suitable for female, for women.
Woman.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not super crazy for the feature in my face anyway. Yeah, with the reflector, you can see it's even add more light. I mean, under the chin. I mean, it's besides the back. Anyway, it's a light that I would suggest more for women. The third light, it's called loop light. Basically, it's a light where we keep holding the light on top, kind of 45 degree, and then we move on a side, whatever side, slightly from the angle, right or left. And of course we start creating some sort of shadow. I'll show you here. What's the characteristic of this light? We start seeing a side of the face with some shadow. So in some way we are adding some feature and also adding a sculpture to the face. And this specific face, I think this light is like probably the most common, because I think everyone at some point when does a portrait, first thing they put a light on top of camera and then they move on one side or the other. So in some way loop it's kind of, I would say, broad, can even be like this, even more extreme. But in this case what I want to show is that this light, there is a specific angle. You see that this triangle here under the eye? This light is called Rembrandt light, from the famous Dutch painter that was using a lot in his painting. Not all the painting, but a lot. As you can see, we create this triangle light below the eye, on the part where it's more darker, and it's given because of the nose casts this shadow on the cheek. It's a specific angle. Usually it's 45 degree top camera and 45 degree from the angle from the line between the camera and the subject. This is a light that, in my opinion, gives a kind of noble dignity feeling, and I think it's still a dramatic light, so yeah, pay attention when you want to use it or not. Using a reflector helps a lot to open up the shadow and improve the mood of the picture. Now let's see what's the effect for a man. So you see the...
Yes.
You know me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now let's do with the reflector. Okay.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Yeah. As you can see, this light is definitely more suitable for men. That's my opinion, especially if you don't fill in with the reflector, because as you see in Carmen, the light is too shadowy, but with the reflector adds up a little bit, even if in this case actually the reflector is too much. I should put a smaller or slightly away, but I didn't have enough room. And basically we create this one when we move the light kind of 90 degrees totally from the line camera subject. So we create a lot of shadow, an entire portion of the face in shadow and the other one totally lit. Once again, even this one is very dramatic. A specific way to use this light is for athlete, for example, or for example hard worker, and where you want to give a grunge look or very dynamic look. In this case you can use even two lights, one side and one on the other one, and it creates this light from the side and then kind of a shadow in the middle. That's cool. It's not, at the moment I don't have two lights here today, so I can show only with one light. But let's see the effect on women, and then let's see the effect on men. Another aspect that I want to address is what's the difference between broad light and short light. Broad light is when you frame the subject with the lit part closer to the camera, while the dark side it's a little bit far away. So it's kind of like you see more light, light portion than shadow. I would say it's like a rising moon, where you see a lot of light and just a little bit of the shadow. Short light means when the dark side of the face is the one closer to you. So as you can see in this picture, difference between broader, it's just a matter of angle of the light with the subject, but also angle of the face. Usually a broad light gives a more bright personality to the character. Also you can use to maybe to hide some flaws in the face that you don't want to see, or some scarf or some angle that you don't want to show. And of course the more light you have in the portion, the clearer out it's from the blemish or wrinkles. While the short light, it's in general it's more dramatic, more suitable for men, and show more side personality, as a dark side of personality, and helps to make the face a little slimmer. So as we said before, opposite of the other light, the front light that I show you. Another light that I wanted to tell you is, I don't know how they call, but it's basically when you put a big soft box exactly on top of the person. It's a light that I use a lot, especially for creative project. Especially if you use with a grid, it prevents to spill the light on the background, so it helps to create a darker background and isolate the person, and accentuate a lot of the shape of the body especially. As you can see, I mean, we use here with the Carmen in this artistic project. It's a light very dramatic, I would say, that recall also some stage light, but I'll put it there in case you want as an extra. Okay.
Wrap.
So this video is over. I hope you find something interesting. Leave a comment in case you have some suggestion, or also something that maybe I wasn't clear enough. And I'll see you in the next video, where we're gonna talk about another super good important concept about lighting.
Nice.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
want to say hi to my fans.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. She's gonna be there too.
Yeah.
So stay there.
All right.